Good morning. Tom the Queen City Picker here. And I'm filling in once again for Valorie, who is recovering from some dental work. And she should be back hopefully tomorrow. And I am trying to get the link to everybody else. There it is. Let me get this link out. Boy, this is rough this morning. I'll be with y'all just a second.
Hi, Tom.
Hey, Nikki.
Are you on here all by your lonesome?
Right at the moment I am.
Oh. Where is everybody?
They're out and about
Mm.
making money. Okay, there we go. I normally when I set up a live, I go through an event. So it and I have it like set for like 8:30 in the night or 9 o'clock in the morning, whatever. And so it automatically creates the link for the regular YouTube channel, so I can pull a link for it. Well, I went directly live, and I had to wait for it to come up to get it, and so I could post it in the regular chat. So I can tell who follows me because they're already in here. Thank you, Hank Allen Cash. Thank you, Valorie, Sherry. Thank y'all for coming in. I don't want to get y'all in the habit of not, if we don't have a show, then y'all get in the habit of planning to do some work or something in the morning, and then when Valorie gets back, y'all won't be showing up for her show.
Yeah.
So we got to keep them in their routine. How are you doing this morning, Nikki?
All right.
Good. You on the road this morning?
Just right now, yeah. I'm going back to Brandy's house a little bit. I took
Good.
Gary to work, so.
You going to go back and rest for a while? You going to go do some listing?
No, I'm gonna go work at the storage shed today a little bit and try to get some of that done. Try to get some listing done on eBay.
Well, that's what you need to do.
Yeah, I've been focusing so much on DoorDash that, really and truly, the more I do it, I can only make really, truly only make so much money.
Right.
Whereas with eBay, I can, the sky's the limit, of course, like I tell everybody. So.
Well, it's back there. It's running 24, and that's one of the things about like eBay and Amazon and Posh and any of the rest of them. They're sitting in the background running all the time. You're not having to do anything.
Yeah.
Until something sells.
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, Nancy. And then once it sells, then you have to package it, of course. But
Yeah.
up until that point, it's working for you by
Yeah.
keeping your stuff out there. So
Well, like Scavenger Life says, it's a pipeline, and as long as you feed
right.
the pipeline, it'll keep spitting stuff out for you. You know.
And people that's not really doing it for income, but just for like extra money, vacation money, and stuff like that. That's a good way to do it without having to work a part-time job, to make that $10,000 trip to Disney World or whatever.
Yeah.
Which I have a niece that's going to do. She's taking her two little kids. She and her husband are taking her two little kids this summer to Disney World, and she's got all the specials, the freebies, and all that kind of stuff, and it's still costing them about $7,000.
Oh yeah.
I-7 is enough. Good morning. Glad you could make it in here. Has everybody got a busy day planned? It's supposed to be dry here in Charlotte all day long. So.
Yeah, it's supposed to be nice out here too. We'll see what happens.
It's so it's going to make it nice. I'm just tired of the rain. Yeah, it is one of the most expensive vacations. 7.
But now I just forgot what I was going to say. It just went right out of my head. God dang it. I hate when that happens. Never mind. I just made a big announcement and I had no clue what I was going to say.
I know it. I know that feeling.
It went out of my head just as fast as it came in. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
We were talking about weather. We were
Yeah.
talking Disney being such an expensive vacation.
I don't know. I'm embarrassed.
Don't be. Hey, Lori.
Good morning.
Morning, Lori.
Good morning, Nikki.
What are you? I mean, you're welcome here, but when I say, what are you doing here? You're usually running around burning up town all morning long.
I know. I can't get any painting done until my people I'm painting for come back from. They're going to be gone for a week, so can't finish that job up. So I figured I'd work on this job.
There you go.
Is that what you have, a painting business?
Well, I got good at it over the years, so people that know me, when they want something painted, they come get me because I'm fast and I don't even have to use a drop cloth.
Right.
So, and I'm good at it. I get it done, and so I get to take side jobs to help pay off my credit card. So,
well,
it's easy. It's an easy job.
A buddy of mine has a painting business, and he's quick. Because he and his wife do the business. Their kids are all grown, and which 2 of the kids work with them. They don't do all this taping and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
He knows how to lay a bead of paint right along an edge, and it's just as straight as using a piece of tape. And that taping takes a lot of time.
Oh yeah. Now I will tape the carpet just around the edge where the baseboards are, just in case, because sometimes you just never know.
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't tape the ceilings or nothing like that. I just got a steady hand when it comes to stuff like that.
Good morning, Kathy.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Morning.
I'm good. How are you doing this morning? Your voice don't sound much better.
This stupid voice won't keeps going in and out.
Can't make
Good morning. God is the good one. Thank you for joining us today.
Hey, everybody in the chat. There's a bunch of y'all over there, so everybody, how's everybody doing?
We're doing good.
Alive and kicking, just not as high.
We're all better than Valorie.
Yes.
Ain't she getting her teeth out today?
I think so. I think that's what she was saying. She gets her
Yeah,
tooth pulled out today.
yeah, she's having the dental work today. Hey, True
Ugh.
72. Yes, this is group therapy.
Yeah.
This is my shirt I got from Hank.
Wow.
Oh,
Cool.
Is it not cool?
nice.
That is cool.
I had to wear it.
That is good.
That's a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Yes, I love it. Oh, it's Marcel's favorite shirt. He says now.
Yeah.
Did she do T-shirts?
I don't think she does T-shirts, but she did this one for me.
Well, she just seems to be in a little bit of everything down there.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
did
I
it.
know. Ainsley, I've been sick. I've been fighting this stupid thing since last Friday. My voice is going in and out, so
Did you
I
say
hate it.
Hank did that?
Yeah, Hank did it.
Hmm.
She
That was
did
nice.
this, and we have some decals for our cars as MFR Productions. And
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna tell y'all something. Marshall don't put anything on his vehicles. Nothing. This
Yeah.
man is out there wiping down his window. He says, for someone to do that for me, yeah.
That is good.
She
I
did a
was,
great
I
job.
was the same way. I never put anything on my vehicles until I had my Ready for Hillary sticker.
No, you can go ahead and take that off right now. We'll go ahead and Hank, go ahead and send her MF for production so she can replace that. We need to go ahead and get that out of there.
My
Y'all gonna be able
husband, when I first got that sticker, my husband, he goes, I thought there were no bumper stickers allowed on the truck or on the vehicles, and I was like, yeah, there's room for this one.
There's one for that one. It's
Boy,
time.
that was a waste of advertising.
Yeah, I know, right?
He's like, I
Y'all
don't know
gonna
if
be
I
able
can
to do
drive
this?
this truck anymore now.
Y'all gonna be able to do the show on Friday?
Yeah, we're gonna do one Friday. He's talking about doing a pop-up one because we couldn't do one last Friday because our internet sucked and I was just tired. I mean, I was
Right.
not feeling well and just in a shitty mood. Let's put it that way.
Then you have the
I was
Blaze
being
last
a twat waffle.
week.
But we're gonna do one. He's wanting to do one today, just because he's screaming and yelling at everything, and I'm sick of listening to him. But I don't know what time he might do one because we was talking about doing that other thing. But I told him I can't do it. My voice is so out of it.
Right.
Thank you, Hank.
We've got some hey blended whiskey. I didn't see you come in.
Ooh, blended whiskey. I like your name.
We've got some new people coming in here, and I've met up with them on other channels and whatnot. So
Oh, cool.
y'all be sure and click on their channel and go check and so you can go back and check it out later on. You know.
I will. I'm a big supporter of other YouTubers, so
Yeah.
I will definitely go check you guys out. I've got over 500 and some subs. Or that I sub. That I sub to.
Oh, you girl.
No, that I sub to. Well, that was my last count. I might be more than that now, but yeah, that was my last count.
So God, the good one, says he don't know anybody in the live stream. It's unusual for him. Well, if you come over more and you come over to ChickPicker's channel, you'll get to know us, honey.
Yeah. For those that don't that are new, normally ChickPicker has the morning show.
Mm-hmm.
And when she is not available because she's having dental work or she's vacationing or, just life catches up with her, then either myself or her sister Sally or Deb or Kathy, one of us will have some kind of show because we have to keep you all on schedule. You've got to be hitting the show in the morning because if not, then you're going to start doing other things like working eBay or going out and doing stuff. So you need to be here. Good morning, Craig. Good morning.
7 is enough. They're at 929 subscribers.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Good job. You're almost there.
How have you been?
Wow, fishing and picking. Hi, Alan. How you doing, buddy?
Fishing and pickings in here. Where has he been? Where you been at?
I haven't seen him in a long time.
I know.
Good to see you, Alan. That's Christian and Pickens' name.
Okay, I'm writing it down. I got to update my list.
I'm not talking that.
I got a list going here. I think I'm lying. I got a list.
Yeah, I was I was the 1,000th supporter of a guy last night.
Oh, cool. Did you win anything?
No,
Hey.
I'm glad to help him hit that 1,000 mark.
Oh, boy.
You know, as Tara and I both have said, and she's having dental work done today, so she's not going to be on here. We just like to be able to say, I've got 1,000 subscribers and over 4,000 views, and I'm monetized. Not that you make a lot of money or anything like that, but just to be able to say that you've made it to that point.
The thing is you're not allowed to really do anything because now they took away. You can't go live on mobile unless you're 1,000 subs. You can't. I mean, there's so many. You can't do monetization. There's so many things that you can't do until you're at 1,000 subs.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Karen, that came off of a movie. You're Dead to Me. We was watching last night. That word.
We got a lot of new people in here today. Let's break them in before we start throwing that word around.
I know. Come on, that's coming out Friday. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you now. I'm gonna be calling quite a few people that.
My daughter says that word all the time.
I was like, I had to write that word down.
Yeah, they log into MFR Productions and put it in the chat so people can subscribe to that.
All right, hang on a minute. Let me find it.
If anybody's interested in political and current events, MFR Productions can use some support too.
Yes, definitely. Hey.
Yeah, because that's the fun channel.
Come on, I'm in there. There it goes. Okay, I pushed him over.
Good morning, Frankie of Texas Tigress Designs.
Oh, cool.
You're new to this show.
I definitely knew.
But like I said, if you're looking for a show to view in the morning, subscribe to ChickPicker's channel, who is the one that normally has the show. Good morning, Junk Girl. How are you today?
Hi, Junk Girl.
I'm already subscribed to Frankie of Texas.
Let me see.
Morning, Junk Girl. What is her name again? Patty?
Junk Girl? I have her or not. Hang on a minute. Junk Girl, what's your name?
She said it the other day, and I think it was Patty.
I may have missed it because I wasn't in here.
Either Patty or Peggy, but I think it was Patty.
Oh, Frankie of Texas is a jewelry person. We need to make a note of that.
Well, there you go. Yeah, Patty.
Okay, Patty. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, Texas Val, how are you feeling? I've been thinking about you. I was thinking about her the other day. She just kind of popped in my head. I was wondering how she's doing. I feel like I ain't seen or heard her in the chat in a long time. I ain't seen nobody.
Valerie's too busy with her husband's business to.
Oh, yeah, that's true. I forgot. It's that time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, she listens to us, but she can't come in and chit chat with us.
Yeah. No, I missed her.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank you
for putting that in there.
That's the main business that pays the bills, so I guess she's gotta.
Hi, Lynn.
She's gotta make time for that instead of us.
Yeah. We have to be diligent with our notes. We have to know who everybody is, just in case. We like to know you on a personal level. We're friends here.
Yeah, we're all friends.
That's a good idea, Craig.
Marcel said not too personal. We know you real personal. Hush.
Yeah, sometimes we do.
Woo-hoo, look at them legs back yonder.
I know, it's just a sexy leg. Woohoo! Get that leg out. Make time some money.
That's right.
My legs are so white they glow right now.
I know, right?
He's not been to Florida yet.
You said good morning, everybody. Everybody say hey.
That's Marcel. That's Kathy's husband.
That's the hubby. He's the one that does the screaming. Yeah, he's always making coffee. I don't make coffee. Yeah, if I did, you wouldn't be drinking it.
You see, Valerie, I'm not part of the reseller group, jewelry group, and now diamond painting group, and of course the bottom of YouTube. Thanks to Mickey.
I know, right?
Hi, David. Is that his name, David? The Truth?
Yeah. We have him written down. California time, Lynn. Yeah, we have a few California people. How do we have you? Let me see if I can find you.
Your jumping jacks, Lynn, and
David. Yes. God, the good one. What is your name? If you want us to call you by your name. Yeah, David's his name, Nikki.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, then we have a few California people that come over. They usually hit it right when we're up to the end.
I'm usually pretty good with names, but sometimes I'm like, well, that was one day. I mean, how long have I known Karen and Summer? Well, one day Karen was in the chat, and for some reason I called her Summer. I was like, I mean, Karen. I mean, her name says Karen at the beach.
Yeah.
So how did I screw that one up? I was like, oops, sorry. She goes, that's okay. I like the name Summer.
I know. It's such a pretty name.
Yeah. I guess I could have called her worse, right?
Well, then I spoke back to you. While we were in Greenville, we went a little sourcing to a little hole that Greenville has no Salvation Army. Greenville has no Goodwill and no damn thrift stores.
Oh.
None.
Where?
Greenville, Mississippi, where I used to live at. I was born and raised. The hellhole. I call it.
Kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
I know every town had a drugstore.
But yeah, it was kind of weird. They didn't have nothing, and I mean, most of everything closed down there. But we did find a little place that they just kind of sold a whole bunch of random stuff, and we ended up getting a bunch of Mickey Mouse stuff that they were selling for $2.50. They're little planners. I got Mickey Mouse. I got Grumpy. And I got Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse. And
okay, Tom.
These are worth about, the Minnie Mouse and Mickey Mouse are worth $25. I paid $2.50 a piece.
Nice.
And this is worth $17. I paid $3 for.
Wow. I gotta interrupt for just 1 second.
Go ahead.
Tom, go into your settings, your block list. You dropped something on your keyboard one time, and ever since weeks ago, and ever since then, Carol has been bargain shopping has been blocked from your chat.
Oh,
she just emailed me and said, "Hey, can you tell Tom to unblock me?"
Okay, let me do something real fast, like here.
yeah,
okay, here's the reason I'm so out of it this morning. Deb was going to do the show this morning, and she was not able to do it. So I'm kind of hustling around here. And Craig, I just sent you a link to the panel if you want to come in. And now go to settings.
No, we can't hurt. We keep Carol in here now.
Not settings, but you got to go to I'm trying to think. You go to community or something.
In my YouTube chat,
Yeah, your YouTube stuff.
Okay, y'all talk amongst yourselves. You know, the topic is Are you making any money today?
Not so.
Barely.
And let me get take care of that.
All right,
Yeah.
Kathy, you can continue showing your stuff. I just wanted to interrupt.
Girl. Hang on, I gotta get this other thing we bought. I do show and tell. I get to show and tell it often.
Out of everybody in the chat, Carol's like the last person we would want.
We
Well,
got
see, I don't
this big
know
old
it.
thing. We got this big old thing for $10.
Oh, what is that? Is it one of those cat things? Oh, what is it?
It's one of those laser, those grade machines that they level the ground with.
Oh,
1994. It works. You just put batteries in it.
cool.
Like a surveyor's thing,
Yeah.
isn't it?
And it came with the little level that goes on the side of it. Just don't have. There's missing something, but that's okay. Ain't too worried about that. But $10 and it works.
Nice.
Let me see it
Look it
again.
up and see what it is worth, huh?
What is it again? You said surveyors.
It's one of those surveyor level machine. Oops. Well,
A level?
I broke it. Yeah, one of those levels, those surveyor machines you see on the stand.
Right.
Cool.
Oh, yeah.
From 1994. I got the case and everything.
Hold it back up again and turn it like you just had it. I want to see what the label is on the side. Slide it over a little bit so I can see that red label.
You see it?
Yeah. Okay, that's a laser level.
Mm-hmm.
That should do pretty good.
Yeah, definitely. Marcel found it and he's like, "Ooh, find out how much they want for this." They said $10. I'll take it. And I got the case. We only got a few things out of there, but we ended up cleaning out the Mickey Mouse planners.
Huh.
I was like, I'll take all of those, $2.50 a piece. It wasn't bad. I can make $22 on 2 of them. I only
Nice.
spent like $50. Free Carol, free Carol, free Carol.
Yeah.
I'm trying to. I can't.
Let me see if I can find that Mickey Mouse one.
I'm trying to find how you.
It's under the community tab.
Okay, I'm looking at the community tab. Community settings, community comments, and subscribers. Moderator.
Try not subscribers. What else does it say under community?
Okay.
Nikki, you know this.
Community, automated filters, moderators, approved users, hidden users. What is your name?
Bargain shopping.
Okay, I got you. I have no idea how come you're on there.
Make sure you press save after you take her off of there.
Yes, mother.
Otherwise, it won't work. No, I've done it before. Thought I unblocked somebody and it didn't, and it was because I wasn't clicking save.
Nikki, here's a McCoy picture we paid $2 for.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's real pretty. There's a little.
And that's McCoy.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
Yep.
Can you text her or whatever and say you should be able to get in?
Carol, type in the chat if you're here.
Sure is. Let me in, dang it. She probably just can't type.
Now, where did you get this stuff from?
This is the house somebody's having a garage sale, I guess.
Right.
And she had a whole bunch, and these were actually from Dollar General that they'd had. She did the closeout with them on it, and she was just trying to get rid of them. So I got that little $2 vase. I don't think she knew what she had, and she didn't know if that thing worked down there. That's $10, and all you gotta do is change out the batteries. Where is that one piece we got from Mom's? Mom had a vase. Hang on. I gotta find it.
Yeah, thank God I did see the email because sometimes I ignore my email when I'm on the show.
Mom had this. It's my great-great-grandmother's. And it's worth about $80. Who is it? I don't know if you can see the name on it or not. It's some weird name. I don't know if it's upright or not.
I emailed her too, so.
Let me see real quick. Yeah, can you read it there?
Oh, that's cute.
That's a weird looking vase.
I like weird looking stuff. Have y'all
Uh,
seen? Have y'all seen the vases and the coffee mugs and stuff like that? It's got like faces on them. It's kind of a rustic style pottery type work. I love those things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that is. Ansley. That's it.
Oh, she knows her pottery.
Yeah,
That's
I didn't
it. She
see
does. That's it.
Okay,
I didn't see it. Let me see.
Ansley.
Oh,
She
that
knows
is cute.
pottery.
That's cute.
There's that Roseville.
Yeah.
Real pretty. It's no chips or nothing. My great grandmother had it.
Hmm.
We were having to go through. We had 3 bedrooms full of jewelry. 3 bedrooms. I couldn't go through all of it. I mean, loaded drawers, boxes. My grandmother has most of it's costume jewelry. But it's like I was telling my mom, that costume jewelry, a lot of stuff will sell too.
All right, we see it, Carol. Yay!
Oh,
She emailed me. I'm typing. Can you see me in the chat?
I don't see her in the chat.
She's like, hello, can you see me?
hey, Carol, yay! We get. You got to give her a rent, Tom.
Which one is she?
Bargain shopping.
I don't. Oh, there she is now. It just popped up now.
We can see you.
Poor Carol.
Sorry, Carol. I have no reason. I have no idea why it came on there.
Well, she said that you dropped something on your keyboard a while back, and ever since then she's been blocked.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. I'm new at this kind of crap. Really. Oh, okay. I want to tell you something I did yet. Because I get a lot of books. I reached out to some of the small surrounding towns that have their own libraries, and I asked for a list of books that they were looking for, and if I have any, because I told them I'd go through get a lot of books, and I would donate them to the library if they could send me, a list of what they wanted or they needed. And so one of the local libraries sent me a list, and I had about 5 or 6 books that they had on there. And so I had to go down in that direction yesterday evening, and I stopped by and dropped them off, and happened to meet the head librarian. And she asked me how I got so many books, and I told her I get through, storage lockers, and people just kind of like drop boxes of books off at my house because they know I resell them. And she said, I've got a bunch of books back here we were going to get ready to dispose of, and you want to look through them? And so I went back there and I scanned them real fast, and I got about 20 books out of it.
Nice.
Just by being nice.
Wow.
There you go.
So just a thought, if y'all live in like little small communities, or you have a bunch of little round ones, because they don't have the budget. Because when she sent me the list, she says, I'm going to tell you right now, we do not have the budget to buy books.
Yeah.
And I said, well, I'm not expecting you to buy them. I'm going to donate them.
Yeah.
And because honestly, they end up at the Goodwill, and most of them end up in the landfill.
Yeah.
So I would rather donate them. And I'm I've written down, I've got a list of books that I've donated to them. So when I see my CPA, I'm going to say, how much can I donate, take off of the value of these books?
Yeah.
I'm hoping she's going to say, well, a good retail, not a retail price, but a good price,
Yeah.
You had your box for weeks.
You probably won't get anything back from this, but another place that sometimes will take donated books are prisons.
Yeah.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Because they'll need them, for...
We have a minimum security prison close by here, and I've donated books to there before. I mean, not that I want to help out prisoners, but help me get rid of some books.
I am so sorry, Carol. Excuse me, Nikki. I am so sorry, Carol. I did not realize it.
Should have heard what he said about you, Carol.
I know, right?
I am.
Not onto him, Carol.
I am new at this kind of stuff. I I apologize, but yeah, that's a good idea too, Nikki. Because like I said, a lot of these books are just going to end up in the landfills.
Yeah.
And like I said, these libraries, they don't have the budget for them to
True.
buy replacement books. So,
Yeah. Yeah,
she
if
said,
you have a library that will do that. I mean, I've tried to do that with my library, and they're like, no, we don't take books from people. And it's like, well, sorry, you know.
well, like I said, ours are little country. I'm not little country, but smaller libraries, and
Yeah.
they just don't have the budget for it.
Yeah.
So, she's like, I'll be sure and send you when we get if we get any more. I'll be sure and let you know. And I said, well, just keep doing that because I'll keep checking your list because I've actually got it. I've actually started creating a list where I type in the book title and the library that's looking for it. So when I'm getting ready to start taking books to Goodwill, I can sit there and I can type in the title and see if anybody's looking for it. Yes, it takes time, but I think it's being a good citizen, a good resource as far as these books are not ending up in the landfills.
Well, and the library does so much for people too.
Right.
I mean, like our local libraries, they have classes for people. They do like movie night, and it's all free. Almost all of it is free. They do crafting stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that the local library does here.
Right. And, it's
So it is nice to help them out.
It's amazing that libraries won't just take. I can understand. You drop a couple boxes of books off at their building, so y'all go through them, and if there's anything you want, keep it. If not, then you throw them away.
Mm-hmm.
I'm cutting out all of that. All they got to do is slap their little sticker on it and go.
The local senior citizen, that's a good idea, Carol.
Yeah.
Well, there's a series of books. It's a religious books company, and I can't remember what it's called right now. I've got some on eBay. Anyway, they're pretty much like women's series of books. I've put some on eBay, and the ones that doesn't go on eBay, I take to a couple of nursing homes and just drop them off there for the ladies to read or the men to read. Just trying to keep them out of the landfill and trying to put them back to use.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's a little thought. If you live out in Podunk, Missouri, and you acquire a bunch of books, might help them out. And so anyway, use the old treadle stone. My mom and dad have got one of the old treadle style. I'm assuming that's where you're talking about where you have to pump your foot at and get the to make the throw machine run like a pump organ. But she's
working, Ainsley.
That was my great grandmother's, which I acquired one of those that was in terrible shape, and when I used to have a flea market booth, I had it there, and this guy walked up and he says, "You want to sell that?" And I'm like, "You're in a flea market. What the hell do you think I want to do with it?"
Mm-hmm.
And he said, and he told me how much he'd given me for it, which was more than I wanted for it. And I said, "Do you mind me asking what you're gonna do with it?" He says, "Well, I'm a prepper." He says, "I'll fix it up." So he's waiting for the giant EMP from heaven to come down and wipe out all the electronics so he can still sew, which is not a bad idea. I mean, just because I know a mechanic down in Kershaw County, and he buys and fixes up a lot of like old trucks from like the 60s and 70s. And they're
Oh,
not really worth anything to the collector or anything like that. But he has had preppers from all over the place come and buy those things because there's no electronics on them. There's no computers, none of that kind of stuff on them.
they're cheap to fix. Yeah.
Carol and them are being bad.
What is she saying in there?
Talking about Marcel and his headphones. He's back there got his headphones on.
Leave Marcel alone. He's working back there. He's earning Kathy a living.
He's the reason I get to stay home and do this and hang out with you guys.
Did you go to the doctor about your voice?
No. My mom gave me, yeah, when I go to my mother, I swear she tries to over-medicate me. She thinks she's a damn pharmacy. Take this. Here, take some of it. I'm like, you trying to kill me. Damn, woman.
Yeah, you got any more stuff you bought?
No, that was all that I had. We didn't buy very much. We bought she had 16 of these. So
Is that like a Santa cookie jar or something?
no, they're little planters.
Oh,
You put
what?
like plants in them. So they have little holes at the bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're little planters.
Are they plastic or
No, they're glass.
glass?
Mm-hmm.
All right, open it. What's it say inside of it? Dumpy?
This one's Grumpy.
Oh, Dumpy.
And then I got Dopey. And I got Mickey and Minnie.
Oh, those damn things should be worth some money. The Mickey and Minnie ones, at least.
They're worth $25 together. I can do Mickey, Minnie, and Grumpy and do 50. And I only paid $2.50 a piece. I paid $40 for the whole lot of 16.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
ceramic, whatever, glass, Joanne. Ceramic, whatever it is.
Just get some big bubble wrap. You'll be fine.
Oh yeah, my bubble fits out of those. But I mean, and then where is it? I don't even know what it is. That little thing. Whatever, it ain't worth nothing. It's just a gift. But I mean, that was $2.50 a piece. I couldn't pass it. I was trying to get it cheaper than that.
Yeah.
She wouldn't come off, but that's okay.
Well, there's people like that we love dearly, like Bridget,
Yeah.
obsesses with that Disney stuff. She should be on. Where is she today?
Oh, she kind of got up. It looked like she was up late or got up late this morning. I didn't see her. She probably packing her millions of boxes.
Oh, that's right. She had out there like 16.
Oh yeah.
She had to.
Yeah. So I'm sure she's probably busy right now. Bless her
Yeah.
heart.
Poor Valorie last night was trying to package her stuff. I felt so bad. Sometimes I just wish, I mean, not because I just want to see you guys, but I wish I lived closer so we can help each other out if we need to, you know?
I know. Hey, we can't just teleport like we do on the zombie game. I got to go visit all kinds of places in the zombie game.
Yeah.
We were going down the road. I was making some money on that sucker. I had almost $7,000 in change.
Wow.
Kicking butt going down the road.
Yeah, Frankie, it's there's a lot to building a channel and doing it right. My videos, I don't have Deb Swag Maven, who is usually on here. She's not because she's out running errands with her mother. She said, "Tom, you really need to do the hashtags and all that kind of stuff." And I said, "I don't even know what a hashtag is."
Yeah.
Except people throw around hashtag all the way. Which that word that you created last night, you need to hashtag it right now.
I didn't create it. It was off a show.
Oh, okay.
It's all dead to me. I was watching that last night. I heard that. I was like, "Oh my god, I gotta tell everybody this one."
What is the show called?
Dead to Me.
Oh.
It's with Christina Applegate and the girl that played Daphne on Scooby Doo show.
Oh.
It's actually kind of funny. We have nothing else to watch, so it's kind of like we watch random crap now just to see if it sticks.
Did you watch that new Ted Bundy movie with Zac Efron on it?
Oh yeah, we watched that. That was actually kind of interesting.
Zac Efron was so good in that movie.
Yes.
Oh my God, I just can't get over it.
Yeah, he was really good and very convincing. It was actually a decent. I was surprised because it was almost like it was the opposite story of the others.
Oh, there's Texas Valerie.
There's beautiful Texas Valerie. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing great.
Oh my God!
Hi, Tom.
I don't think I've ever seen her before. Have I?
I like your hair.
I do too. It's pretty.
Oh, thank you. I just got cut. You know, my bangs were down to here, and every time I'd go outside, they'd blow down, look like Cousin It. So then Sunday, I went to get my bang, to just get it trimmed off, and then I looked at myself and I was like, "Oh, great! I look like a 2-year-old now."
Oh no.
But
think it
at
looks
least
nice.
it's out of my eyes. So
I think it looks nice.
Looks cute.
thank you. Comfortable.
Yeah. Especially this heat.
At this age, you just want to be comfortable, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
I'm a bang person. I look stupid without bangs.
Yeah, I'm liking them. I just got to get used to it, I guess. I don't know. I just went and piled all my shipping stuff over here so I could come on for a little while and hang out.
Glad you did.
I don't sit in one spot for too long, so I piled it around me so I could sit here for a minute.
Sorry, guys. I had it locked in on Kathy.
I miss your face.
I miss yours too. But I still get to see yours every day because I tune in every day.
Yeah.
But I miss you. I miss talking to you. I'm
Well, you have
always
to
here.
get online more often.
I'm afraid the phone will ring or something, and then I have to get off anyway.
Are you on your phone?
The phone will ring for business, and then I get off. But yeah, I'm on my mobile phone. Yeah, I'm on my mobile phone.
Your husband is in the heating and air conditioning business?
Yes.
Look at that.
I'm sure down there in Texas. I'm sure down there in Texas he doesn't get much jobs for heating, but
It's already hot.
Yeah.
Ugh.
My wife was in Dallas last week, and she said that, and my wife's, let me do some calculations. She's 52. She's in business environment. She dresses up and that kind of stuff. But all the young little pretty things, they've got to have the hair done right and the makeup. They've been up for 2 hours doing the hair and makeup. And
yeah.
she said they left. She said at 8:00 in the morning because her group was all staying at the same hotel, and then they had to walk like a block to this convention center thing. She said those girls were sweating, and their hair was all flaps and all this kind of stuff, because the humidity was so high.
Mm-hmm.
I like to sweat.
Well, it's getting to be sweating time, baby.
I was home, stay my ass in the house. I'm not going outside. I refuse.
That's why Valerie's husband has a growing business, because people don't like
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's humid.
It's probably about 45, 50 degrees here right now.
I think it's supposed to be 80 here today.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, I'm gonna have to probably buy the boss a new car because my air conditioner is not working right, and they say it's gonna cost about $1,500 to have it fixed. So, $1,500 is worth more than my car is worth.
Yeah.
Because I have a 2000 Chrysler 300 with 95,000 miles on it, and
Wow.
if you lived up north, you could get another 100,000 miles out of that thing, but I just don't want to spend $1,500 on an air conditioner. So I'll have to get the boss lady a new car, and then I'll drive her car.
How old is it, Tom? How old is your air conditioner?
The air conditioner in the car is, I guess, 2000 model when it was built.
Oh, you're talking about the air conditioner in your car needs to
Yeah,
be?
yeah.
Oh.
Oh no, in our house. We had a new air conditioning system put in about 2011,
Mm-hmm.
and it's crappy.
Oh.
I don't use those heating and air conditioning people anymore.
I have a window shaker I bought used about 8-9 years ago. I hate to say this, but it works great. It gets the house like a meat locker. But Gary said if that one breaks, we're gonna put central air in. But at the time we had just moved into the house, and so all of our savings was depleted. So it was like, well, it's all set up for central air, and he can do it himself because he's licensed. But yeah, so it was like, well, we really couldn't afford to do central air. So this one guy had a window air conditioner for sale for $150. And when I got there, I realized that he was a good friend of the family for years. He was my brother's accordion teacher when he was little. And yeah, I mean, it was just it's just a great air conditioner. Don't have any problems with it. And but we thought it would blow out by now, but it hasn't. And so yeah, it's like, well, that works good. So for now, and yeah, as soon as that goes, then we're gonna put central air in.
This unit is central air, and it's got the the compressor or part of the fanny coolie part that's outside.
Yeah, condenser. Yes.
Yeah, the condenser. That's the word I was looking for. It's got this little controller on the outside. I mean, it's got a cover over it and all this kind of stuff. Well, it went out because a bug had crawled up in there and electrocuted himself and blew out this little circuit, which cost me $250 to be repaired. And I'm like, how can a bug crawl up into something like this? Well, it's just the type of unit you bought. No, I bought the type of unit that you sold me, and I used a lot of adult language. I said, this thing sits outside. It should be sealed so bugs cannot get into the pieces like that. Well, that's just the way they made it.
No, their bugs will get into a contactor. Sorry, that it's the fax machine, and the contactor will open and close like this. That make contact with the points. And when they open, a bug or an ant or whatever can get inside of here, and it'll prevent that connection. And one way to get that out of there is when you turn your system on and you turn it off and turn it on and then turn it off. If you do that a few times, it may work its way out. That bug will fall out or something like that, and it may start working again. Or you can just go out and kind of blow out your system to kind of see if you can get that bug out of there. That is another way to do it. But they do get in there, especially after a lot of rain.
Right.
But they'll when those points open and close, a bug will be attracted to that electrical, and it'll go up inside those points, and it'll get smashed and it'll prevent the contact.
Right.
So turning it off and on and off and on and opening that point and making it might work that bug out. So that's something to try before you call them if you think that might be, if it's doing the same thing it was doing before.
They fixed. I mean, they replaced the part on it, and
Yeah,
it's fine since then. I just don't understand. Something as sensitive as that, it should be where bugs can't crawl into it.
well, and the contactor should not be that expensive, and they shouldn't. If all there was a bug in it, they should have got the bug out, checked the contactor to see if it was still good, and if the contactor's still good, you don't need to replace it.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's the problem, is that there's too many people out there that just want to replace and not replace anymore. We don't do that.
Well, that's the problem with mechanics and all them coming out of school these days. All they are parts replacers.
Right.
They can't diagnose anything.
And there are
all they know how to do is replace parts. They don't know how to actually fix things and make things last.
Right.
Carol said She says, I have an old house and radiator, so central air would take over the closets, and the old house doesn't have a lot of closet space.
Yeah.
Is it a 2-story, Carol? Because they can run that stuff down through the floor. But a friend of mine down in Atlanta, he has an old house, and it had the radiators to heat it. So they did a total strip to the bare walls and renovate this house, and all the radiators are still sitting in place, but they don't work. They're just more for the aesthetics to make it look like the to make it look like the period that's in, because they have a B&B. They have a high-end B&B down there, so.
I was going to say, you wouldn't want to get rid of the radiators. That's part of the class of the house.
Well, that's just it. They have all the radiators. They've had them sandblasted down and re-enameled or whatever it is, and which was a lot of money, but it looks really great.
I had a friend who had a house, and they got rid of all the radiators. I was like, what are you, nuts? And they're like, oh, I'm just so sick of them. They just look stupid. I was like, that's part of the charm of the house. Why do you want to? Why would you buy an old house and you want to get rid of all that stuff and make it new? I mean, that doesn't make any sense to me. Buy a new house then.
Yeah.
Well,
But don't Carol live like in a brownstone kind of house? Isn't that what it is? I know when we've seen her in videos, I love her where she sits at and how pretty it is. It almost reminds me of a brownstone look, I guess.
No, her house isn't a brick house, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Oh, people are starting to get on my nerves.
She's painting her house.
Oh, cool.
Joanna, you don't drive very much if you've got rust on your brake pads, honey.
What?
She said, Joanna said that the mechanic wanted to charge her $600 to replace my brake pads and my rotors.
Oh, my God.
It was something that was rusty because they were rusty. And that's the reason I said, honey, if you get rust on your rotors and you're not driving very much. Yeah, because normally they'll throw them in what do they call them, Nikki? The things that they put the rotors in and it turns them down. You know what I'm talking about. Y'all probably know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the phrase. I can't think of
what that's called right now. Sorry.
But they turn them down. So
right at the tip of my tongue.
She has a bungalow. It looks the look of her house. I'm still losing my voice. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm going to typing.
I thank you for coming in here and hanging out with us. And I hope your voice is
fine. We can still hear you.
Yeah.
I missed my people. I had to come see y'all.
You got to be ready for Marcel's show on Friday night, definitely.
I know. I can't scream that much. That's no fun. I got to stay away from Marcel because if I go around him, I'm going to scream at him.
No,
he's right behind you.
No. Is he talking to people or is he just listening to something else?
He's watching wrestling. He ain't yelling, so it's not news. Now, if he starts cussing and fussing and that's BS, that's not y'all. It's because he's listening to news. So, thank you, Ainsley. I started a Z-Pack today. My mom gave me it. I tell you, my mom's a damn pharmacy. I had 15 different medications. She had a brace for my back, and she's still struggling to put it around me. I looked at my husband, looked at her. He goes, if it's that much work to put that on there, she's not wearing it. I can tell you now. If I have to lay down and roll around on the floor to get something around, no, ma'am, you can keep that. I left it in her house. I came back with 15 different prescriptions. I'm like, oh, Lord, you're killing me, lady.
You need to watch Kathleen Madigan, Mom's All Stars. She's a comedian and she's funny. And all she talks about most of the time is her mother and her father. But you need to watch that one little clip. You can watch the whole thing if you want to, but just find the one that says Mom's All Stars. Watch that one because that sounds like she's part of your mother's family.
I came with a Z-Pack, 2 inhalers, some other medication for my nerve ends that are not even prescribed to me. I'm telling y'all. And she calls me this day. Did you go to the doctor today? No, Mom, I didn't go to the doctor today. It's not that bad. The worst is gone. The fever part was happened last week. It's just when me and Marcel first started dating, I lost my voice for 2 weeks. I think that's how I kept Marcel to stay around. So he's praying it might just happen again because he's going to be the luckiest man in the world. My ex-husband went 13 years and had to listen to me talk all the time. Never lost my voice once. We get together, 2 weeks, his freedom. So he's waiting for it again. He's praying, come on, come on. So I know how to write loud too, so. Thank you, Liz. This is crud.
Is she a medical professional?
My mom?
Yeah.
Yeah, she used to be a respiratory therapist.
Okay.
She drives me insane. I love her. I mean, she worries about me, but I'll be all right.
Joanna says in Illinois it rains so much that the cars rust like crazy.
Oh.
Bye, Frankie. You have a good day too. We hope to see you again. Come over to ChickPicker's channel if you can. Visit us.
Yeah.
Please do. And thank you for coming in.
Yeah, we're on ChickPicker's channel Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Central Time. Normally,
yeah.
It's oh God.
Yeah, exactly, Hensley. Thank you, Frankie. I appreciate it. It's good meeting you here, for sure. Make sure I'm subscribed to you. I'll subscribe to Marcel's channel. Yeah, I subscribe to Marcel to you.
Yeah, being that I've gotten out and I've visited other, like Farmo Friday and Pusa Studios, I have found some really, really good channels that I would have never gone out looking for.
Yeah.
And I actually watch them, and it's just not like looking for supporters. It's actually some pretty good stuff. There's a lady in South Carolina that does a lot of like low budget type meals, good stuff, a lot of stuff, but just not spending a lot of money to do it. That's pretty good. I wish I had found her years ago when I had 3 teenagers at home all the time. Can't feed them.
Make life easier.
Yeah. I haven't actually seen that. I'm gonna go back and look for that one, right? Or look for them. Joanna does some cooking videos, and it's so cute when her kids are trying to help her. They're little guys. So, Lori, have you been selling a lot of stuff?
I did pretty good the last couple days, and yesterday I got 3 sold, so I got back up today, but nothing astronomical or nothing. But I haven't been listening very much either because I've been busy doing other stuff, painting and working on transferring all my inventory over to my new inventory system. So that's been fun. And we're still moving stuff into this location. So slowly but surely.
Did you move, or did you move in your office to a different place?
We're moved. I got the trailer next to my own home. And it's a kind of a trade-off where I do the clean-outs here for the mobile home village for the manager. He gave me this one because it's been totally gutted. I mean, basically all it is walls and floors. So there's no plumbing, nothing like that, which I don't need because I live 10 feet away. So we're transitioning this into my mini warehouse / office eBay area. So we're moving. I had stuff in 2 different sheds plus a storage unit. So we're transitioning everything over to here now into the new rack system and And then I'm downsizing some of the stuff that's not sold in over a year, so that's going back. I'm gonna redonate all that stuff. So it's been a long process, but we're getting there. So
You
slowly but surely.
okay? I'm having a moment here. I just totally forgot what I was going to say. Nikki,
Having a senior moment.
I had that a little bit ago too.
oh, when it starts snowing up there in Ohio now, you have to run to the potty. You know.
Yeah, that's gonna be cold, but it's better than trying to use what's over here because it'll be even colder over here.
Oh God.
So,
Are you gonna put some type of heater or something in there, Lori?
yeah, right now I've got power running off of. I've got an extra power box or breaker box off my back workshop where I do all my kydex and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And so we run power to this area, but we're not going to tie into the breaker box because all the wiring's been ripped. I mean, we don't even know where to even start, so it would be a fire hazard to even turn the electric onto this building. So that's why we're just running I have like a 200-foot extension cord and buried it and run it into this building with a major power strip. So, which I don't do very much over here, so I don't have to worry about overloading anything. And then my back shed's on its own breaker, so I don't have to worry about anything over there. So, but it powers it up nice. I don't have any issues, and I pick up my Wi-Fi signal from next door, so I'm good there.
Well, you got good strength there. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I'm kind of across from my living room, which where the router box is, but still, you're going through across that room, and then across at least 10 to 12 feet open space, and then another 10 feet here. So that's 30 feet at least from that router that I'm picking up the signal. So far I've only been knocked off once or twice, but it was storming too, so and overcast. So I figure if anything else, I'll have to get a booster and just stick it in the window or something to catch that signal. So, but other than that, I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoy having no distractions over here like I do over there. So,
right.
Yeah.
Saturday,
over there, I have my video games in my office too. My gaming systems over there, so I'm tempted to play that rather than work. So
Can't do that.
over here, I can't do that. So
Yeah.
but it's so nice to have everything organized and where it needs to be, and I don't have to unstack stuff, and it's all in the rack system and labeled, and which I had a similar system over there, but I didn't have the room to have the racks, so stuff was stacked on top of each other.
right.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, I can't do two things at one time. Hope in for a minute, Sally. Hop in for a minute, Sally. It's got to be nice to have a designated workspace where you don't have to.
It is. It's very nice, and even the best part is I can pick up my little box I have over. It's kind of like Cody, only it's the Android box, and I can program. I programmed it into my iPad, so I can sit and watch TV from over there. This if I want to, just to have background noise. If here lately, I've just been letting YouTube videos play. So, but yeah, I got a photo area set up over here, and then once I get another area cleared out, it's gonna be like a designated packing station / area for the Pearl parties that Lacey and I do. So we got a lot of plans with that. Still transitioning everything, and the Pearl parties are still on hiatus for at least another month and a half until we get this situated, and then when Lacey feels good enough to kind of leave Corey by himself for a little while, because with his dad just passing, it's still fresh. It's only been like 2 months, and he's having a very, very rough time. So, but and then dealing with that, I mean, he's a very sensitive young man, and he's having a rough time.
Okay.
So Lacey don't feel comfortable like having a good time and playing, and with him up there just kind of like in his little bubble.
Right.
which I understand that. I told her, I said, don't worry about it. I said, everybody that's been, it's on our show is also in our reseller pretty much, and they know what's going on. So I said, don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. So, because she's like, oh, I want to do the show for everybody because I know. But we'll see. And she's got she ordered one of those. She's got another idea that she wants to do. She ordered one of those Hunt a Killer subscription boxes. So I don't know if you know what that is.
Did you say Hunter Killer?
Hunt a Killer. It's a subscription box. Yeah, it's a subscription box, and you
in Ohio.
You get all these clues to basically. It's like a murder mystery type thing, and you got to solve it. And you got like 6 months worth of boxes you get, and you literally have to solve this murder. So we're going to put a little spin on it. We're going to do a little bit different, and then I'm not going to say exactly what we're going to do, but you guys will get to watch it in the end. So, so that's we're going to try to include Corey in it so he feels, not so he's not staying up in the house and is camped up in his room all day. So,
some friends of mine down in Florida, they live up at the northern part of, not on the Panhandle, but up on the northern end of Florida. They went to, it was a bed and breakfast, and when you made your reservations, you got a packet in the mail, and it had your dossier, and the whole weekend was like a murder mystery.
Oh, that would be fun.
You were supposed to solve the mystery by the end of the weekend. So you got this Victorian looking house that, these like 4 couples are staying in, or, or there's some single people in there too. And they said they had the best time. It cost them about $400 for the weekend, which I don't really think is bad because they fed them 3 meals a day plus snacks plus.
Right.
Because they really didn't go out sightseeing or anything like that, because the purpose of the weekend was to participate in this murder mystery. And then, but they said it was so much fun.
Those are fun. So hopefully you guys enjoy what we're going to do with this one. So it'll be on our.
The biggest thing that got my friend was his wife was the murderer, and he didn't even know it. He thought it was one of the guys, and it was his wife that was the murderer.
We're probably going to put it on our Laurie and Lacey channel. So once it's all complete, but we're looking forward to it. It'll be fun.
If you were to put it in you're on your phone, aren't you? Didn't you say you were on your phone?
No, yeah. I'm not on my phone.
Well, if you want to put it over in the side chat.
What, the Laurie and Lacey channel?
Yeah, or in the chat for the, that everybody can see, then you can put it over there. You should.
Okay, let me go find
I'm not one of these. I'm not too picky on that. I'm like. I like to think that we're all kinds of friends.
Oh yeah.
We've progressed to a level where we just have that relationship. Hey, Blood X, how are you today? Thanks for coming in.
Yeah, our Laurie and Lacey channel is extremely new, and I think it's only got like 2 videos on it right now. So, but that's the one that we're going to put this on. So let me go find it here and copy the link to it.
We just ruined the chat.
You just did what?
I don't know. Mother's mustaches.
It's Sally.
Anthony's giving Sally a hard time in there.
Yeah, we're giving Sally a hard time.
Yeah.
Give Sally a hard time.
Where's she at? Why is she on the panel?
I think she's just taking some downtime.
Yeah, I can't blame her there.
I know it's hard on her to work all night and then try to get in here and run a show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Anyway, I think it's just kind of hard on her. She needs to rest a little bit. She knows that we're not going to hijack Valerie's channel. We're just trying to keep like I said earlier, we're just trying to keep everybody in the habit of you're supposed to be online at 9:00 Eastern Standard Time for the ChickPicker channel. It just happens to be on somebody else's channel today.
Yeah. We had to redirect the traffic.
Yeah.
What is going on?
Yeah, Blood X. I knew that. I saw that you had shortened your name.
X written in blood. Okay. That's all right. It's kind of a rough name there. Go over here and check you out. Let me go see. Oh, it's moving around.
Where's it at?
Y'all still been real busy. They're keeping you busy at work.
Me?
No, well, I know you're always working.
Gee, she's always busy.
Sally just said she's on vacation now.
Yeah, she's
Oh, is she?
She just
You're playing
posted
hooker.
that.
I'm playing hooker.
Look, she went from black eyes to black guys. Now she's playing hooker.
About last week.
I'm sure my phone hates me. I know mine does too. I hate that. Yeah, hooker with black guys. Damn. We were talking about black eyes and her autocorrect.
It is. This damn autocorrect on this spelling,
I know.
I like it a lot, but at times it throws you in awkward situations.
What I hate is when you spell a word that's a normal word and it changes to a different word.
Yeah.
I mean, like every time I type Jim, it always changes it to him.
Oh, okay.
Or if I say Dex, as in Dex Carey, it changes it to sex. So early on, I told Tara, I said, I am not hitting on your husband if I'm typing and all of a sudden sex comes up. It meant I typed Dex.
Well, that's like I was talking to a friend the other night, and I said, well, you're the regular thespian. And it inserted lesbian.
Oh.
He said, no, I don't know sex for him to be a lesbian. I said, that's not what I typed. This damn thing's got a mind of its own.
Oh, my God.
That's crazy.
Awkward.
Like, oh, didn't mean to say that.
We've been a friend since high school, and we got enough stuff on either one of us that we could destroy each other's political careers if we wanted to. No, 10 of hearts. We were talking about this autocorrect.
The autocorrect.
And I told a friend that I said, well, you're the regular thespian. And the autocorrect said, well, you're the regular lesbian.
That one.
We love lesbians too. We don't care.
Yeah, we don't care. Here's Sally. What about lesbians?
Nobody cares what I do in the bedroom. I don't care what they do in the bedroom.
One more sale. Go put your headphones back on.
The only difference between me and somebody who's gay.
Thank you, Ben.
Well, people.
If you're
how's Tanner doing? He's doing all right. He's still losing a lot of weight. His little head's so small and his little neck so small, but the rest of him is big. But I think that's just he's holding. Could be from the tumor, but so he's getting to be where he don't want to eat very much, and it's like I'm trying to find stuff that he'll actually eat. The keto thing. He's like, nope. He likes people food. He likes chicken McNuggets, so we spoil him. So it's just a matter of time. But he just lays around for the most part. He's not in any pain, so that's a good thing. So we'll just, watch him for that. Once that starts, then we have to make that decision. So, but for now, he's staying her. He bit me the other day. I don't know if I moved too quick around him or what, but scared him or something. And he snapped at me. I said, "You're cute." So I still hate getting bit because he still bites hard. I don't care how weak he looks, but he still has a hard bite for such a small dog. Ugh. So he doesn't play anymore like he used to. So he just kind of lays around.
Lori, are you the thrifty picker?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I was
Where
like,
have you been all this time? Do what?
I'm just, I don't know. I'm just losing my damn mind. The other day, I went through and was checking subscriptions on people that I know I subscribe to and that I have to keep constantly going and finding out.
Resubscribing.
And going back and resubscribing to them because Hey Hickory Springs, which is Valorie, right? That's Yankee Valorie.
That's the other Valerie.
Yes.
Yeah, I see where you had resubscribed to my channel the other day.
Yeah. I had to go through.
I knew you had been subscribed before.
I've had to go through and resubscribe to them.
Mm-hmm. I've had to do that. I had to do that with Nikki's a couple times and Valerie's, and once with Sally's. I think
we all say that.
You have to put them together.
Beth just told Sally to come over to the dark side.
She said she's one man away from doing it, so watch out, Beth. You get her there, you might not get her back.
I do that too. Valerie and Salary.
Yeah, I do that too. I don't do it as much as I used to, but when I first started hanging out with them, I used to do it all the time.
Oh man.
I should have got in on this eating channel crap a long time ago. Because as you can tell, this full figure that I've got here, all this goodness, it would have been just right for that channel.
there's an eating challenge. I know we got a weight loss challenge.
What is that? Munbach?
Mukbang.
Mukbang, that's it.
Okay.
That's where people just eat.
That's that one that Nikki had you go over to the side of that and the mukbanging.
You have to watch out what Nikki sends you to.
Nikki needs to have the censorship on hers. Like, be warned that your eyes may not come back the same. Oh, Gate City Picker. Oh, wow. There's a Gate City Picker in here. Hey, how are you?
He's actually,
where is he at?
He's up in the middle of North Carolina.
Okay. Like Queen City Picker, Gate City Picker. All right. Well, how are you?
He's in one of the suburbs of Charlotte. Because if anybody's from Charlotte, I mean, what's his name? Turtle Trader. He always says, well, how things are in the great state of Charlotte. Because we just do our own thing down here. And if it's good for Charlotte, it's good for the rest of the state. He's up in High Point.
Okay. And then you got South Texas Prepper, and it looks like they do coins. I'm subbing to all you people, so I'm sorry. Well, actually, Marcel's channel is. I'm not subbing to anybody. I'm just doing Marcel's channel. So you're getting some people.
Yeah, he's the South Texas Prepper is he should hook up with Todrick.
Mm-hmm.
Where is Todd?
I don't know. He was in the chat early this morning. He must be out. He's either working in his yard, or he's off spending money that he shouldn't be spending and that he's going to bitch about for the next month. Yeah.
He might be over at his mother-in-law's working too.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine if I lived in Texas, I'd have to be out there at 6 a.m. mowing the grass because it'd get too hot for me.
Neighbors
I'd
would
have
not like that.
Huh?
The neighbors would not like that.
No, I don't know when you guys would mow your lawn.
At night. I mean, before it
At
gets
night.
too dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do it early in the morning around 8 o'clock.
I'll be out there with flashlights. Tell my neighbors to shut up. I'll mow theirs too.
Lori, type in the chat so Joanne can follow your channel. She said.
Okay.
A friend of mine down in the Hilton Head, or he lives in Bluffton, which is right beside Hilton Head, South Carolina. He was used to work for a hotel chain that had two convention hotels at Hilton Head, and he was the manager of the AV for like conventions and stuff. So one month he just was at the hotel all the time. They don't have kids, and he has all this theatrical lighting in his garage because he was running a side business too, but at that time it was all in his garage. Anyway, he came home and had these theater lights. It's like 9 o'clock at night. He had these theater lights set up in his yard, lighting up his front yard. He's out there pushing it with his lawnmower. The sheriff's department shows up, wants to know what's going on. He says, "I need to get my grass cut." He says, "Well, we had a neighbor complain about the light, not about the lawnmower going, but the light."
Mm-hmm.
Hellfire, Mr. Sadie.
Is Mr. Sadie in here?
He popped in here. He said Nikki hasn't been there for 2 seconds, and she's already pissed off the neighbors.
Poor Nikki.
They'd be like, "Move your Minnesota ass back home."
Yeah, you can't stay in the heat. Go back home.
Here at
Good
here
morning,
at-
D90.
we wait for the sun to come out so it's warm enough to mow the grass. Down there, I'd have to wait for the sun to go down so it's cool enough to mow the grass.
Hi, D90. Hey, 2.5 acres. It's
Sally. Sally's a mess.
God.
I'd have to get rid of my old tractor and get one of them newer ones that have the encased cab so that I can have air conditioning while I mow.
her skull-shaped bikini top made me think of there's another regular member of the morning panel that's not here because she's doing a community service this week, I think. That sounded wrong. She's helping out at a clinic. And she is a member of a singing group, and we were watching her perform this past weekend in a competition in, where was that, in New Jersey?
Yeah.
And there was another group of older, and they're all, I mean, there's a sprinkling of younger women in there, but they're old, more middle-aged and up ladies in these singing groups. And one group of 4 ladies came out there, and they had on T-shirts, and they had like the bikinis. The girl, had the shape of a bikini, girl in a bikini on it, and they were pretty cute.
Yeah, that was funny.
Everybody on here, I'm sure.
Yeah, a lot of these folks I met on other channels.
Apparently, I have too because I'm subscribed to everybody on here.
Hey, D90. I'm under the MFR too, so that's who I'm subbing through. He needs them more than I do.
Mr. Sadie, how come you're not fishing today?
And that pretty boat.
I'm tempted to go down over the hill and go fishing, but I got so much work to do.
Craig, I stuck a link on your Facebook if you want to come in since you're back at home now. He's been working. He's been actually doing what everybody else is doing. He's been out looking for stuff to sell.
Let's not talk about food.
What did you buy, Craig?
I love food.
I hadn't bought anything today.
Well, I figured you'd out buying stuff.
Now I had to get my wife to work, had to go by the bank with my daughter, and just got home.
That's right, because it's only, what, 9:50 where you're at?
That's correct.
Oh, y'all way behind.
You're just ahead.
You guys give me shit about all the running around I do. I think you guys do just as much running around as I do.
I won't have to stop giving you such hell about that, Nikki, because I stay on the road all the freaking time. Yeah, you would. You would, Sally. You'd rock it. Oh, this is a big yearly food and safety inspection. You must not work at Waffle House because they never have them there.
Nice.
Heck off the Waffle House.
No, hey,
Isn't that bad?
I got one right up the street here from me.
Heck, that one was Teresa's sister and her friend went to one last night, and the cook walked out, so they had to cook their own food.
Nice.
And waitresses were all there, but the cooks were gone, so they wouldn't cook their own.
Oh, crap.
Back in 95, Roberta and I and our best friends were going to Australia. And we actually got up at 4 o'clock in the morning because our flight, we had to be at the airport at like 7. We got up at 4 and we were going to stop by. Thank you, Blood X. Appreciate the words. We got up in the morning. We stopped. Nothing is open. None of the real restaurants are open. So we stop at Waffle House and we're sitting there eating. And the food was good and it was not greasy and the place was not dirty or nothing like that. But one of the waitresses and one of the cooks got into a fight. And by the time we finished paying our bill, which we had a different waitress server, the law had shut down. So we got in the car and drove to the airport and waited to get on a plane to Australia. So that's been our well, that was a hell of a way to kick off a really nice vacation. watching the Walmart, I mean the Waffle House staff start getting into a fight.
Hi, Karen.
We either call it the awful waffle around here or the choke and puke, one or the other.
Well, the Waffle House is near me is in a pretty good neighborhood, so they have to kind of keep the standards.
Waffle House is best at about 3 o'clock in the morning.
That's right, because there's nothing else. And people were talking. Bridget said she'd never seen so many Waffle Houses in her life when she went to Myrtle Beach, and they're all along the interstate. And that's because when people are driving along, they got to go to the bathroom. Well, we might as well get some breakfast, or that type of thing. So that's the reason they're there.
I get jealous when you guys talk about Waffle House because when I was driving truck, I loved Waffle House. I miss Waffle House.
What is it? Their Grand Slam breakfast or whatever is like $6, and you get like a table full of food.
Yeah,
All Americans.
Yeah, all American.
Grand Slam. You went to the wrong restaurant, Craig.
I knew it was
Yeah,
one.
it's a Grand Slam. Ain't that Perkins or something?
That's
Denny's, I think.
Oh,
Grand
Denny's,
Slam.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I knew it was something like that.
I hopped.
Oh, no, the Perkins is the Tremendous 12. Do you guys have Perkins?
Not
No,
up.
we don't have
Ours
Perkins.
is closed around here, the Perkins.
Oh,
Well,
That's
we have one or two left.
Tremendous 12 is like huge.
I gotta go. Marcel's got a meeting. I'll be in the chat.
Okay.
All right, see ya.
I got
Bye,
to tell you,
Marcel.
Todd,
Bye,
thank you, Kathy.
All right, bye.
I like the Golden Corral breakfast on Saturday mornings.
Our Golden Corral doesn't have breakfasts anymore.
We don't have a Golden Corral.
Teresa refuses to eat at them because she works in healthcare, or where she works at the nursing home and runs the kitchen. She said the last time we went to Golden Corral, she watched one of the managers come out, and he was wiping down the counters, with this towel.
Yeah.
And then he pulls the thermometer out, dips it in the food, and uses the same towel to clean the thermometer, and then dip it in the next batch of food. She's like, nope, that's what they call that, transference or something, like cross-contamination. Cross-contamination. She said, nope, I'm not eating there again.
The quality there has definitely gone down.
Yeah.
Not that it's ever been incredible, but it's definitely gone downhill.
Yeah, it has, because I went to my first Golden Corral years ago in Dallas. I think it was Dallas, somewhere in Texas. Anyway, I think it was Dallas. Anyways, and it was so amazing. It was like the best food. Everything was so clean and fresh. And I mean, all I had up here was Old Country Buffet, which was
I love
Old Country Buffet. That was a big buffet.
Yeah, but
I loved
it
it.
gave me the shit. It gave me the shits every time I went there. It was horrible. Anyways, so I went there and I told everybody up here how great Golden Corral was. And then they had one in Rochester, Minnesota, and anytime we went to the Mayo Clinic, we got it down there. And it was just amazing, Well, then one time, and my kids and my husband, they finally got a Golden Corral, and it was so good. And they're like, oh my God, we love Golden Corral. Well, anyway, so we're telling my dad about it. We go over to the Minnesota Steam Association meeting in Fargo, Minnesota, and we're like, we talked my dad, and my dad didn't want to go to Golden Corral because he's had weight loss surgery, so the buffet really wasn't that great for him. Well, anyways, we finally talked him into it, and it was the nastiest shit we ever tasted. And my dad's like, I can't believe you guys talked me into doing this. Because he wanted to stay at the Minnesota Steam Association meeting because they always serve lunch and bullshit with his friends, So anyways, he's like, you guys got me away from my friends for this crap? I was so bummed out. And then we went to a Golden Corral down in the city. And yeah, it was terrible there too. I couldn't believe it. It was horrible. I mean, it was filthy, dirty, nasty. I couldn't believe it. I was so upset.
Gate City Picker said he's mentioned Bob Evans. All the Bob Evans in Charlotte have closed up, and we liked Bob Evans. We liked it. The food was always good, and we used to go there a lot when the boys were little because, as a waitress told us one day, spills don't worry, sir. Spills do not upset us because you got little kids. Somebody's gonna spill something.
Yeah,
like it's Bob Evans family restaurant. So I'm like, okay, cool. No, Sally, I will not block you because you will drive your ass down here to North Carolina and whoop mine just to drive that point home.
A couple of years ago, we went to Pennsylvania and New York City, and we did the whole family. It was me, Gary, my two girls, my dad, my nephew, his girlfriend. I had another nephew. We all drove to Pennsylvania and then to New York City. Anyways, we stopped at a Bob Evans in Indiana. Oh my God. It was the most horrible thing we had ever done. Bob Evans was horrible. Horrible. We had horrible service. We had to wait for our food like an hour and a half for our food. And then they brought us out our food and it was cold and it wasn't right. Everybody didn't get what they asked for. It was the most horrible experience we've ever had. We'll never go back to a Bob Evans again, ever. Ever. I mean, you can kind of feel sorry for them and give them a pass if they're really busy or whatever. You understand that kind of stuff. But when it's multiple problems, yeah, no, it was horrible. And then they didn't even give us a discount. We had all those problems and they didn't even give us a discount.
I went the cleanest and the best Golden Corral that I have been into is up on the north side of Raleigh. It's where their mall is, or near up the street from their mall. We ate there several times when Vanya was going to NC State. And I remarked to one of the assistant managers, I said, you guys have the cleanest Golden Corral I have ever been into, and the food's real good. And he said, well, there's two reasons. He says, one, he says, our manager loses his mind if he comes in here and he sees a mess anywhere. And he has high quality standards for his food. And also, it's right up the street from the corporate offices of Golden Corral. So they come down there to eat a lot. You know, the muckety mucks come down there to eat a lot. But he said their manager is real stickler about cleanliness and the food being good. Because he says if he's not going to eat there, he's not going to let other people won't eat there.
Right.
We've got a Golden Corral that's up on the north side of Charlotte, and we ate there one time, and we will not go back there. But we're three teenagers. Well, they're not teenagers; they're 21 years old now. But they like to eat, so buffets are on our. Even though that it costs $15 at a Golden Corral for a buffet, they eat their $50 worth. It's like when we went on that cruise, we made money off of that deal, just off of the dining, because we'd go into the dining room to eat at night, because they have a buffet during the day, breakfast and lunch. They had a buffet, and then at night they have the dining room, and two of our boys are like, well, I don't know whether I want to try the escargot or the frog legs. And our waiter said, we'll have both.
Exactly.
So they brought them both. And then when they started picking out their entree, they couldn't decide between two. He says, I'll just have them send you out both. So they were eating a bunch of food. No, Mrs. Tom, Ten of Hearts asked, have we ever met Mrs. Tom? No, she doesn't do the YouTube thing.
That's some of the best advice I ever got before I went. Well, when I say me and my wife went on our first cruise. Had some friends at church that had been on multiple cruises. They said, when you sit down at dinner or lunch, if you see multiple things you want, order it.
Yeah.
And they'll bring it to you without question.
Yeah. Because they prepare so much food, because it's got to be ready. They got to turn 1,800 people over real fast. Like, they cook a lot of everything. Yeah, if you have not been on a cruise, you need to take one.
I love going on cruises.
Not just because of the food, just because of the whole
midnight buffet.
My husband.
No, they don't do the midnight buffets anymore.
They don't?
No.
Oh.
My daughter is taking me to Alaska next year, so on a cruise.
Why wouldn't they do buffets on a cruise?
No, it's a midnight one.
Yeah, they used to do the midnight from stem to stern. I mean, it was like nothing but food all the way down the length of the boat.
Yeah, and it was always all this. They had all the ice sculptures. It was really fancy.
And seafood galore. I mean, it was just
Oh my God, that would be my favorite.
They don't do that anymore.
I can eat seafood night and day. I love seafood. I love seafood.
I absolutely love seafood.
They have seafood on the buffets all the time, because you don't have to go into the dining room to eat. You have an evening buffet too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on a seafood diet. If I can see it, I can eat it.
Yeah,
me too. That's the reason I'm.
I can see it, reach it, and I'm going to eat it.
Go away.
Listen to Fish and Picker. He just got back from this Carnival Sunrise. Did you go to Charleston? Isn't the sunrise out of Charleston now? Come on, fishing. Don't hold out on us.
I couldn't tell you. I've been on the Fascination, I want to say.
Yeah.
Carnival's a lot of fun.
It is.
our first one was on Royal. I'm sorry, I'm talking with my mouth full. Our first one was Royal Caribbean, which wasn't bad.
Royal Caribbean's more for old folks.
The last one I was on, I was
Okay, Norfolk. Okay.
18, which has been a long time ago. It was the SS Galileo out of New York.
I thought you were going to say the SS Minnow.
No, SS Galileo. It looked like a minnow compared to the QE2 that was sitting there. Well, when she come into the port, I was like, "Oh my god!"
Oh yeah,
that boat swallowed ours.
The warm chocolate melting cake, also called the volcano cake.
Oh, lava cake! Ooh,
my god!
They call it lava
I
cake.
love lava cake.
That is the best thing that they have on the ship,
especially when it's fresh.
Yeah, when it's fresh.
I'm not sure why. Well, now I know. Like a few months ago, after the 25 years of me and my husband being married, why we never went on a cruise. He thought I wouldn't go on a cruise.
Wow.
And I told, we were talking about a couple months ago, and he's like, because I said my friends were talking about we should do a cruise. He goes, wait a minute, you would never go on a cruise with me, but you'll go on it with your friends? I said, I never said I wouldn't go on a cruise with you. He goes, I thought you said you'd never be on a boat. I said, I would love to go on a cruise. He goes, you mean to tell me 25 years of marriage, we never went on a cruise because I thought you didn't want to go? That's your problem.
He said he went out of.
When are we going?
He said he went out of Norfolk. And dang, dude, you've been doing some cruising. He said he's Diamond Club, which is their customer loyalty program. He said he went out of Norfolk. We have them out of Charleston too. We have a weekender type, 4-day type cruise out of Charleston.
All this cruise talking, I just got an email from Cruise Critic, which is a message board I've been on for a long time.
I could really take it or leave it. I could care less whether I go on a cruise or not, but I mean, I would go.
Everybody ought to do it one time. Even Joanna Parrish, who's afraid that it's going to sink out in the middle of the ocean.
my daughter Amanda's been on a cruise to the Bahamas. She went in high school.
If you go on one, there's a good chance you'll go on more than one.
Yeah. You will like it, or you will either like it. Now, these new ones where they got like 6,000 people on them, I don't know whether I'll like that or not. Because that's just a lot of damn people. My first cruise was out of Los Angeles. We went to Ensenada, Mexico, and Catalina Island on a Norwegian, which is the old people's cruise line. And I am in that age bracket, but I consider myself too young for that cruise line.
We go every year. Once a year. We're going November this year.
Which cruise lines do you go on?
Carnival.
You go out of Galveston?
Yeah. Yep.
I follow a channel called EECC Travel, and they're out of. Is it Louisiana? What's the state? Is it Louisiana that's right beside Texas, headed towards Florida?
Probably New Orleans is the
Louisiana.
Okay, well, they live in Louisiana, and they were driving to Galveston.
Okay, yeah.
And I thought just the footage of them going to Galveston was pretty cool myself.
It's just a good, cheap vacation. You know, it's a good vacation. But I use my points card, and so we can get our cruises for free.
Okay. Yeah, you fill up that truck to pull that motor home, I mean, a lot, you're going to run up some points real fast.
Well, I use the points card on our business account.
Oh, okay.
So when we order full AC and heating systems and pay for it with a points card and then pay it off a month, it kind of adds up.
Yeah. But when I went to Catalina Island is pretty interesting just for the fact that it's what it is. And that water around it, though, is awful cold.
Mm.
Well, congratulations, Kid Steelmore. So I'm graduating in 2 weeks. Unless he's graduating from high school and going to college, and then I'm like, I'm so sorry. Yeah, everybody should. I mean, if cruising is a good way, a good vacation, because you don't have any surprises. You know, you eat very good, very, very good. And you don't, you know, you can get off at different islands if your cruises don't go into multiple locations and not have to worry about travel, not, you know, getting to where you need to be at, all that kind of stuff. Oh, okay. Well, wait a minute. Yeah, he's graduating. He's graduating from college. So y'all ought to try it. And especially you, Joanna, with small children, you and the hubby can have some good, it's a quality time together because they have kids clubs and they will occupy them for a while. Our boys were too old for all the kids club stuff when we went first time with them. But we have friends that they have kids that, well, actually one of them has kids that hits all 3 kids clubs. They have the ones for like elementary age, middle school age, and high schoolers. And they're like, it occupies them during the day, and then they always sit down at dinner for dinner together. And so give it a try. Especially if people that live near ports, man, they're cheap. It's that airfare that really drives up the prices. My wife just IM'd me and she said, you know what I'd like to have for dinner? I would like to have those baked beans. And we make these baked beans that are really a 1-course meal. It's got hamburger, it's got ground beef in it, and plus the baked beans part of it, and with a side of cornbread. That's a meal in itself.
All right. If you like cornbread, here's a question. You put mayonnaise on your cornbread?
Hell no.
Oh,
Nope.
come on. That's good
Don't
stuff.
put sugar in it either. I don't. My wife likes a little sugar in hers.
I would rather put mayonnaise on my cornbread than butter.
I like cornbread with butter and syrup on it.
That's good.
Or sorghum. I love sorghum too.
I like my cornbread plain. No butter, no nothing, just plain. Because I'm usually eating it with, you know, something that you sop it up. You sop it up with it.
Soup beans.
Yeah.
You like the white navy bean or the pinto bean for soup beans?
Yeah, I know. mayonnaise on the old cornbread. What's wrong with you? But you know what? We watch a lot of Asian channels, my wife and I do, and they eat mayonnaise on everything.
Yuck.
It's common over in Europe. I know when I was in the Netherlands, I went through the McDonald's drive-through of all places because I was in a hurry, and they said, "Do you want mayonnaise with those fries?" I said, "What the hell?"
Oh yeah, I've heard of people doing
Yeah.
Which
I like tartar sauce with my fries, or even on my onion rings.
I have some nephews that won't eat fries without mayonnaise.
I like is it malt vinegar that you usually get? That's good on like steak.
Oh yeah, I like
But my husband eats ketchup on eggs too, so I mean,
Yeah,
you know.
that's nasty. I hate that.
Well, you can't have pizza without ranch dressing.
Oh, yummy.
Wait a minute, back that horse up a minute there, Valerie. You can't have what?
I use ranch dressing with my those little, what they call them, the pizza pocket little thingies.
Mm-hmm.
The little, you know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the word.
I love ranch on pizza or pizza rolls.
Yeah, pizza rolls. That's what I was trying to think of.
I don't really like pizza.
Oh my god, I love pizza.
But there's Deb. There's a thing called a chain called Jets Pizza, which is a northern chain.
We have it around here.
They have one not too far away from us, and they have buffalo. They have buffalo chicken pizza. I'm sorry. Are y'all getting feedback?
I am.
I like Cece's pizza.
Oh, and I also like top the tater on my pizza rolls.
Huh?
Speaking of which, Top the Tater is doing a promotion right now where you can go on their website and you can order it anywhere in the United States. You can't get it in Texas, I know, because my nephew's friend is always begging him to ship him a case of Top the Tater. Top the Tater is like a sour cream with chives in it. It's so good.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And they're so good with I love them with Doritos, nacho cheese Doritos. Yum. I eat tubs of Top the Tater. I love it. It was actually made for topping the tater, the baked potatoes.
Right.
But it's so good on so many other things. I eat it on my pizza rolls. If I don't have ranch, I eat it on my Doritos. I love it. I eat it on eggs. Love Top the Tater.
I thought you had potatoes on your pizza. I was like, oh. No.
Well, there is. I have had pizza that has had potatoes on it.
Nope.
I'll pass on that.
It was so funny when I said Top the Tater, and everybody's like, huh?
I want you to hot potato.
We used to have a chain of pizza places called Godfathers around.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
that's
Godfathers.
Was it a national chain?
Yes, and Noble Romans.
They had this like 5-pound pizza supreme, and that was the best pizza that I have ever put in my mouth.
Kathy, what the hell are you eating up there?
We our CC's Pizza does big business.
I love CC.
But it's also real clean too. So I think it's the management or the franchisor that has problems with these pizzas. I mean, like CC's. Now, my northern friends, I was going to say my Yankee friends, but I'm going to be nice. My northern friends, they're screaming about Chicago style pizza, New York style pizza, and all this kind of. They're like, that's cardboard with pizza sauce smeared on the top of it. But you can feed some teenagers for $25.
Mm-hmm. And they sing to you, "Welcome to CC."
That's right.
Oh my God!
Thank you, Hank, for sharing that.
I found something this weekend, and I learned something about a new brand that I didn't know anything about, so I wanted to share it. I don't know how much you'll find it. It's a company called Russound, Russound. They make electronics. They specifically make whole house audio-visual systems. And I think everything they make is high-end dollar. They make little control pads for each room that you use during the $125, $150 range. Yeah, this is the first one I've ever seen. I didn't know anything about it, so I don't know if it's anything anybody would see out and about or not. But just be aware if you ever see it.
What was the brand on it again?
Russound, Russound. I found a whole house controller and paid $499 for it, and comps are in the about at minimum $300.
Wow.
But it's like you plug all like a DVD, Blu-ray player into it, and all kind of AV stuff, and it spreads it out all the way through the house, and you have to plug run wires and all that. But apparently, it's pretty high end.
Hi, Greenville Treasures.
Yes, hey Greenville Treasures, and yes, baby, collards on top of cornbread, hot with a little hot pepper vinegar on top of it.
What are collards?
Collard greens? Oh, they're good.
Oh yeah, I love collard greens.
And you got to have the hot pepper sauce on it to cover up the taste of the greens.
I mix all that in with my soup beans.
That stuff will make you kiss your grandma, even if you have to dig her up to do it.
I put my cornbread in first, and my bean or collard greens on top of that, my onion and my soup beans all on top with a big slab of butter.
I've heard people talk about collard greens, but I've never had them. I don't even know what that is.
Corn area in a bowl.
You've probably got some going in the backyard.
Now, if you got some color,
it's kind of like spinach, mustard greens, collard greens,
Mustard.
spinach, they're all about the same.
if you've got some collard greens with a side of chitlins, hot, and some cornbread, you're good to go right there now.
What are chitlins?
They're hog intestines.
Oh, yeah, that sounds good to me.
Oh, wait.
I'm gonna have some hog intestines tonight.
Oh, that's good. If they're done
Dogs
right.
ain't Rocky Mountain oysters.
No, not doing those.
I remember one time I was castrating pigs. I had my husband holding the pigs so I could castrate them. And I'm throwing them out into the yard. And my dog, Gus, he's passed away now, but he was out there gulping them up as quick as I was throwing them out.
That's how they make hot dogs, right?
Yeah, Joanne. Had some hoghead cheese, hot dang. Make some
We
sandwiches.
don't discuss what's in hot dogs.
Well,
Jesus, use some water for the fish.
I can hear him.
Hank, you live over in Texas and you've been deprived of some good eating.
I suppose you guys eat possum too and stuff, huh?
No.
Oh no.
Oh, potted possum. Oh, you can buy that. You can buy that off the counter.
Only if you get it from the side of the road.
Yeah, that's right. Potted possum, hot dang.
We don't even have possums here.
That is gross.
It makes a great pate. You can spread it on crackers.
Yes, baby. Yes, sir. They sell it at a lot of gift shops. The Yankees take it back up north and like, hey, look at these redneck, stupid dumbasses. Look what they eat. And we're like, hey, look at that Yankee dumbass that spent $4.99 for that can of potted meat that would cost 29 cents, and they slapped a different label out there. Yeah. Some potted possum.
Gross.
We go out there and shoot me a squirrel.
I'd rather eat the squirrel.
I didn't even know people ate squirrel.
We did when I was a kid.
Squirrels might be too think of chihuahuas, so I can't do squirrels.
My dad would shoot them when we'd be sitting there eating and have to spit buckshot out about every other bite, chipping a tooth. Nope. Mom would fry it like chicken, though.
We don't eat weird stuff up here.
Oh yeah. Okay.
There's nothing weird up here on my plate.
Every region has their weird stuff that they eat.
What's that stuff? It's like lutefisk or something like that. That fish.
Sewer
It's
trout?
no,
Filter
it's
Sewer
what is
trout,
it?
my dad calls it.
It's like they soak it, they dehydrate it or soak it in lye or something like that to rehydrate it. It's like,
oh, is it bacalao?
I tried it one time,
The salted cod?
and it was, I think it's cod soaked in lye or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
but anyway.
It's like
Yeah,
rotten
I
fish,
tried it.
and when they soak it in lye to kill the bacteria. Ew. No, I've seen it on that Andrew Zimmern.
My dad calls it sewer trout, and it smells just nasty. And I tried it one time, and it tasted. It's real fishy tasting, and it tasted okay. The taste of it was okay, but it's gelatinous, so it's a texture issue. I couldn't eat it because it's gelatinous, and I don't like my fish gelatinous. Blech. So that was the thing that offended me the worst. But most people just don't even like the taste of it. But there's some people, they'll get big helpings of that lutefisk, and they'll just slurp that shit up. Blech.
And soak it in butter. They slather it in butter.
Yeah, no, not me.
My
dad calls it sewer trout.
I can see why.
My family is Swedish, and so every Christmas, that's what they would have.
Ugh.
It stunk so bad, I never even took one bite of that nasty stuff.
Now, see, us Italians on Christmas Eve, we take codfish and we soak it in water a few days before. And then we bake it with olive oil, drizzled with olive oil and raisins. Now that's good. It's called bacalao. And it's not baklava like the Greeks have that dessert. It's bacalao. And it's really good. We have that on Christmas Eve every year.
The Spanish people use the bacalao. I've had it before. I had somebody, I went over for lunch, and she was from Puerto Rico, I think, and she had the bacalao.
Yeah, we
put it in a soup. It was pretty good.
We soak it in water to get the salt out of it, because it's dried cod is what it is, and they salt it to dry it out. But we soak it in water to get a lot of that salt out of there. Otherwise, it's nasty.
Well, see, my mom was German, so on Christmas Eve and New Year's Eve, it was pickled herring and Limburger cheese on a rye bread with onion sandwich. Nope. Then she'd want to come kiss all over everybody.
Yeah, we also do eat all each, which is bread dough with anchovies in it, deep fried.
Don't like anchovies. I'll use them for bait, but I won't fish or eat them.
I love anchovies.
I do too, because
I was so mad one time because none of the pizza places up here, you can't order a pizza with anchovies on it anymore. Well, anyways, I ordered this pizza and I was like, do you guys have anchovies? And they're like, yeah, but you have to buy the whole can. And I said, okay. And I said, okay, I'll take a pizza. And I told them it was black olives and whatever and anchovy. Anyways, I got that pizza. They delivered it. And I opened it up. And here was the whole can of anchovies sitting in the middle of the pizza.
Oh, God.
I was so pissed. And I called that restaurant and they go, well, we don't put the anchovies on it. I said, well, I could have put my own damn anchovies on it. I got them in the cupboard. I wanted it cooked with the anchovies on it. You dumbasses. I couldn't believe that. I was so offended. I couldn't believe they did that. Yeah, it's really hard to find a place that has anchovies on pizza anymore. So I just keep a can in the fridge, and when I order pizza, sometimes I put it on there. But
Kid Steele Moore said, "Come on, guys, I'm trying to get the weight off. Eating my poor bananas, dreaming of pizza." And I'm sorry, Hank, that sometimes we drift into the food category on this when I'm having a show, but you know, really,
which is what we can relate to.
she's over there complaining because it always turns into a food show.
Food fest.
Oh, okay. We need to start quit. We need to stop talking about the castrating of the farm animals. Okay, it makes my head hurt. I tell you what, I'll try. I'm the kind of person I'll try eating food one time unless it's just too gross looking that I can't eat it. Like I'm a Southern boy, but I will not eat stewed okra.
You want
That is out. That grosses me out.
I feel like I need to cross my legs from keeping it from sliding all the way through.
Yeah.
I tried a raw oyster one time. Never again.
That's good stuff.
Nobody told me you weren't supposed to chew them. That's the nastiest thing. Not just the texture, but the taste alone was nope.
When I was a kid, my dad, he used to eat Kipper snacks all the time. Oh, they're so good. Anyways, they're like herring. I don't know if anybody knows what Kipper snacks are, but they're in a can. They're from King Oscar, and they're herring in like olive oil or whatever. Anyways,
I don't like herring anyway.
Oh, and they're so good. So, anyways, my dad would have these Kipper snacks, and back then they really cost a lot of money. And so you weren't allowed to take my dad's Kipper snacks. Those were his, and that was his thing. He'd always have Kipper snacks and beer. But anyways, and he'd share with us. It wasn't like we never got them. But anyways, one day I snuck a can thinking, ooh, I got a treat here, and I snuck them outside. And I cracked open that can, and I really thought I had quite the treat. I was so excited. I was just a little kid then. And I put one in my mouth, and I darn near puked. It was a thing of canned oysters. And it tasted just like snot. I was like, oh my God, this is so gross. Here I thought I got Kipper snacks, and they were oysters. I mean, if you just stop and think, if you think you're getting a flaky fish, and then you end up getting oysters, yeah, bleh. Yeah, I darn near puked. I thought it tasted like snot to me.
Oh.
And then as an adult, so I thought, okay, well, one day we were at the buffet, and they had oysters on ice or whatever, or in the shell or whatever. And so I thought, well, sometimes your tastes change when you become an adult. This was a few years ago. I grabbed a couple oysters in the shell, and my husband's like, "You're going to eat those?" I said, "Well, I might as well try it." And yeah, again, I almost puked. Yeah.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you very much for that description of oysters. And you too, Nikki. Nothing is better than getting fresh oysters and throwing them up on hold on a second. Why is this thing? Again, so I can see who else. Nikki.
What?
I get feedback from you.
You getting feedback from me? Sorry.
No, I was just trying to figure out. I've been trying to watch who's lighting. Is showing where they're making noise at the same time, so it's coming through you.
Is that better?
How about now? Yeah, that's better. Thank you.
Better.
We used to keep. You take a hood off of an old car and take all the insulation off of it and throw it up on a daggum barbecue pit on some hot coals, and then lay out those raw oysters up on that car, Cover it with some wet burlap bags and let them babies steam. Then you pop them, so you wait a few minutes from the steam, and then you pop open them shells and you get the big old goobers out of there. Just
Heck. Goobers.
Right.
That's exactly what they taste like too. Slimy, nasty snot.
Well, I didn't know about that.
Now cooked, I can eat them, but raw, never again.
Now, oyster, no, I don't like raw oysters. I'm kind of concerned about getting salmonella, something like that off of that. But you take like Campbell's tomato soup, and you heat it up, and then you drain the liquid off of a can of oysters, and then put the oysters in there and let them cook. That is that's good too. That's good too. My mom does it with milk and butter, and she puts in the oysters that way, and I've never been able to do it right. But that's good also. Sinus infection sounds like no, Hank. It's not. It's good eating.
Yeah.
You need to get out of Texas a little bit more, girl.
Yeah, I agree, Hank. It's sinus infection. Exactly. Yeah.
Oh God, Kathy, she always has to run to the sex topic when on a show.
and I tried. I tried them as a kid. I tried them as an adult. I tried, and I just could not eat them. Because of course, when I tried them that day, we went to the seafood buffet, and it was on Valentine's Day, and of course, I'm making a joke. I'm like, "Ooh, we're gonna eat some oysters, gonna have some sex, aphrodisiac, No. Nope. Good thing I don't need oysters, because I would not eat them.
It's like people talk about people in the Louisiana eating crawdads.
Oh yeah, I like those. That's what I'm having for my birthday.
Roaches of the sea.
I'm gonna have a big crawfish boil for my 50th.
I've never had a crayfish.
Oh, they're so
But our
good.
crayfish up here are just little tiny. And then, one time I was at the seafood buffet, and they had crayfish at the seafood buffet. And I took a picture of it, and I sent it to the chat. And that's when Dusty and everybody was on. And they're all telling me that I got to suck out the head and stuff. Yeah. I was like, what? No, can't do it. I was like, nope, I just left it behind. I'm like, no way can I do that.
Go. You suck the juices out of the head, not the...
Yeah.
It didn't even sound good to me. The way they explained it to me, I was like, nope, I don't know. No, one of these days, maybe I'll try it, but I don't know.
We had when we got the twins from Ukraine, the night before we left, we had to travel, or the day before we actually got them, we had to travel to part of Ukraine that is on the other side of Moldova, and the quickest way was to get through Moldova. And on the way back, we're coming. My translator says, "Have you ever had crayfish?" And I said, "Oh yeah." And they said, "Have you ever had Moldovan crayfish?" I said, "No." So there's people selling crayfish on the side of the road. They're in tanks. So we went to the hotel we were staying at, and they put the crayfish in a refrigerator. And then we went and took care of the legal parts to finalize the boys' adoption. And that night we celebrated with Ukrainian crayfish and Ukrainian vodka, and sitting over at the side of the Black Sea. So there's my little story. So I've had Moldovan crayfish, and I've had Louisiana crayfish.
I'm assuming crayfish are the same as crawdads, right?
Yeah. Crawpappy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Joanna asked Lori if she found any morels yet.
No, I haven't had time to go out and look, and I know the clock's a ticking, so I need to get out probably the next few days and go look for some.
Mushrooms are another thing. I love the taste of mushrooms.
Me too.
And Now, if I cut them up real small, they're okay. But if I eat like a whole stuffed mushroom or something, or like a mushroom popper or something, I have to chew it really fast because the texture really bugs me. But I love, love, love the taste of mushroom.
They're also
It's
called
just the
sponge
texture I
mushrooms.
can't. Ugh.
They call them sponge mushrooms too, Tom.
I don't. The texture really bothers me. It's another thing that kind of texture is snot.
I either saute them or I'll deep fry them, one or the other.
But I do love the taste of mushrooms. The only thing I ever did with crayfish was we used to go and catch them down at the creek and go and throw them in front of semis. Watch them smush. But we just have little crayfish. We don't have big crayfish like you guys do down in the south.
We got some of them around here at our lake. They're some of them get up about 10 inches long. They look like little lobsters.
I don't think I've ever seen a crayfish that big up here.
Especially down by the river.
I remember this one time we were on the houseboat and we were fishing and we caught a crayfish. He hooked onto my line. And I got some pictures somewhere. I put a cigarette butt in his little claw and put a beer can next to him and took a picture of him. Well, when I put him back in the lake, he still was holding. I couldn't get that cigarette butt out of his claw. He was still holding on to it. Well, anyways, I put him back in the lake so he could still live a good life. And as he's going down into the water, I was like, Jack, I'll never let go, because I was watching him sink down. I guess he had to be there, but it was freaking hilarious because he was sinking down in the water, and I could watch him. The water was so clear, I could watch him as he was going down. I guess you had to be there, but it was kind of hilarious. Hi, Mike. And yeah, I had a moment of the Titanic.
Did you hear Celine Dion singing in the background?
Yeah. It was just funny because it was like that moment when you see when Jack's floating to the or sinking to the bottom, and yeah, contributing to the delinquency of crayfish. Yeah. It was funny. I guess you had to be there, but it was hilarious. I had everybody on the houseboat cracking up. I had to put him back in the water so he could keep living the life,
Well, now you got him addicted to cigarettes.
Yeah, got him addicted to cigarettes. Little bugger wouldn't let it go. I mean, it wasn't burning or anything. It was already butted out, but...
I think of Mr. Krabs when I think that even he's a crab. He's still got those little pinchers.
I'll have to find those. I think I got them somewhere on Facebook or something, on my other Facebook. I'll have to look them up. It was pretty funny. I wonder if you could use a crawdad as a roach clip. Probably could. You wouldn't let it go. Because I didn't want to throw my cigarette butt in the water, but he wouldn't let it go, and I wanted to get him back in the lake, so... Somebody will catch that crayfish. Have a cigarette in his claw. They'll be like, what the hell? Yeah, good smoked meat. Why do you get so quiet? Did I kill the conversation or what?
Oh
no.
Yeah, I didn't catch a crayfish. What's a smoking habit? We were drunk. It was funny. We've been drinking all weekend on the houseboat.
Drinking always makes things funnier. Deb, did you get all your errands run?
Yep.
My
Yep.
friends were all drinking Yag.
Yeah.
Drinking what?
Jaeger.
Yag.
Oh,
Yeah. They could have
you know,
all that. They're all like this couple, they would wake up at 7 in the morning and they'd take a shot of Yag. I was like, bleh.
No.
I was like, you guys are
Gross.
better than me. I can't ugh.
well, let me
I'd
tell you
drink a
what.
fat beer than drink that.
Ugh.
One fat beer.
On cruise ships, they have drink packages.
Yeah.
And they say it's unlimited alcohol, but actually they do limit your alcohol. Roberta and I are getting up for breakfast, and we go down to the buffet, and we've got our food. And we're going out to the edge of to sit on the outside and watch the water go by as we eat. So I've got like orange juice and coffee and a plate of food, and here comes these good old boys, and these good old boys are from the north too. They got their daggum beer and their bacon and eggs, and I'm thinking, either you haven't been to bed yet, or you're starting awful early.
Well, I used to always say, how do you cure a hangover? Just keep drinking.
But Fish and Pickett said it's 15 drinks a day on Carnival. That's the drink package. I just
Norwegian.
I don't drink 15 drinks in a damn week. Yeah. Yeah, then they have to start paying for the $5 ones by one at a time. He said that some of them max out before dinner on Carnival.
Yep, hair of the dog that bit you. Yep.
Nah. You spend a lot of money for this kind of stuff. I don't want to be so drunk that I can't, I don't remember what went on,
Oh, exactly. But man, back in the day, I could drink. Oh my God, I love the taste of tequila, and oh my God, I could just suck that stuff down. Oh God, my mouth, even now to this day, I was never an alcoholic or anything, but if I didn't have any self-control, I honestly could have been an alcoholic with tequila, because I just love tequila. And my mouth, even still today, my mouth will water for tequila. I just love the taste of it. I stay the hell away from it because I don't know what it'll do to me now. Now that I don't drink very often, but oh man, I could drink that tequila like it was going out of style.
If you look over in the chat, you'll see Mr. Fishing and Picking. He's got the prices. A 12-ounce beer is $6.25 plus a 15% tip.
Yeah.
A mixed drink is $11 to $15.
Yep. Yeah, a friend of Gary's was telling him that it's a good price to get the drink package because it's way cheaper than.
When we go, it's like I buy them one at a time because I might go days and not drink anything. I'm not a big drinker, but I do like tequila. I like.
Oh my God, I love the taste of
it. Okay, that's a good show.
Yeah.
It says I like tequila, but my clothes would fall off, so I have to stay on.
I didn't need tequila. No.
So Marcel keeps a bottle of tequila somewhere in the house. Kathy.
Those are for the headache nights.
Yeah, everybody in the room has to have the drink package. One person can't get it.
I'm not a drinker anymore. Occasionally we'll have something, but I'm not much of a drinker anymore. The problem with me is I don't usually get drunk. So it's like a waste.
You're supposed to have one to relax and you're not. That's all you're supposed to do is just get relaxed. There was some relaxed. Some people were so relaxed on that cruise ship that they would just fall down.
Yeah.
At first, I had to reread it. Joanna said at the St. Louis card game, a plastic bottle of beer is $7 outside the stadium and $10 inside. And I'm thinking, what kind of damn card game is she talking about? She's talking about the Cardinals, I'm assuming.
Yep. $8 for the $8 at our stadium for the Reds or the Bengals. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
A bottle of beer.
I don't even know what it's costing at our stadium here.
Yeah. Mr. Sadie said last time I drank tequila, it took me 2 hours to get home. Problem is, I was at the corner bar.
We'll remember that, Kathy.
Mike says Christmas present from herself, son of tequila.
Tequila.
You gotta mix it good. Follow it all.
It's expensive to go out
It is.
drinking.
It is. It's crazy. Oh my goodness sakes, you guys. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
The Bengals game, they should be paying you to drink.
What is it?
Let ChickPicker said the Bengals games, they should be paying you to drink. I guess Craig's not a Bengals fan.
I haven't been much of one here lately. They ain't been doing very good.
Well, they're all over the spectrum.
Yeah. I prefer college anyway. I'm a Buckeyes fan, big time.
Well,
Seems
you
like
know,
they play with more heart.
we have the Panthers and we have who do we have a basketball team? The Hornets. And they do good. I mean, as far as attendance and whatnot. But North Carolina is a college football and basketball team. Basketball state. That's where it's at. We could have done just fine without a pro teams because people will bitch about paying, good money to go to a pro basketball team or a game or a football game, but they'll pay whatever it takes to go see the NCAA Final Four or because my son's alma mater doesn't do too well anymore, but we have Duke and we have UNC, we have University of North Carolina, and they're right there, not too far apart. And they're always in the Final Four because they got the best team money you can buy. Who's playing Dallas tonight, Mr. Sadie? The St. Louis Mudfish. What are you talking about, Kathy? The Friends of Dorothy. Kathy, already been in the tequila bottle? Did I miss something somewhere? Oh, the St. Louis Blues. And that would be baseball. Oh. Oh, okay. I see it now. Oh, hockey. Okay. I can do hockey. Hockey's fast. We can go watch the Checkers play, which is our minor league team. I'd rather go play. I mean, watch them than go watch basketball or football. Well, guys, it's almost noon, and I need to do something.
Yeah, I gotta go and do something too.
I gotta go too.
I mean, I need to do some work.
Mm-hmm.
I can't multitask. It takes all I can do to watch the chat and talk, keep up a conversation.
Well, thank you for having a show, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
You're welcome. I hope Valerie is. Wait a minute. Oh, Friends of Dorothy is a gay man club. Okay, which is okay. You know, that's okay if that's what you do. But anyway, hopefully Valerie will be back tomorrow. If not, somebody will have a show to keep you all.
Keep an eye on the Reseller Squad on Facebook.
Yeah, let her know. And let's see. Anyway, y'all. What?
Sorry, my dog just took my knee out.
Oh. So y'all have a great day. Thank you for joining us.
Bye, everybody. Thank you, Tom, for having a show.
Don't forget to check the chick tomorrow. Bye.
Yep, that's all, folks.
Bye.
Lay down.